Right now, great to catch up with the San Diego State assistant men's basketball coach Chris Acker. San Diego State learning earlier today about their first-round opponent in the Maui Invitational coming up in November. It'll be the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Chris, great to have you back with us here on Extra 1360. And John and Jim, what was your reaction to learning that you'll open that really high-level tournament this November against the Big Ten's Ohio State?
Well, first of all, guys, thanks for having me
on.
I really appreciate being back on the show. But my first reaction would have been, no matter who we play, like, man, this is an unbelievable field. No matter who you play against, you're going to have to play against elite competition. So I wouldn't say I was excited. I wouldn't say I was worried. I'd just say no matter who we were going to play, it was going to be a tough game. So we're just looking forward to getting out there and competing.
So far, how's the team looked this summer, Coach?
Oh, they look really good. We got a great group of guys. I think the mesh of the transfers and the freshmen integrated with the guys that have been here before has been a good mix. We've played a lot this summer trying to get familiar with one another. And we're showing some signs of the ability to play with high IQ, the ability to show that we want to play together, that we're a good ball movement team, and guys are committed to winning ultimately at the end of the day. So it's been heated and competitive. But everything you would expect from the Aztec men's basketball program.
Chris Acker joining us right now on John and Jim, San Diego State assistant coach. Again, we learned the Maui Invitational opening round game is going to be against Ohio State. That'll be one of 3 games San Diego State will play in the upcoming Maui Invitational. Coach, as we know in college basketball now, there are a lot of transfers across the country. You've got a couple of newcomers coming in that will be available to you from day one, and Darion Trammell and Micah Parrish. What type of adjustment is there for players first years in a system?
The biggest adjustment, I think, is just becoming more comfortable on a day-to-day basis with your teammates and figuring out how to play off each other. These guys that, transfer into whatever program they transfer into, a lot of times, for whatever reason they're transferring, a lot of times, at least for us, guys have been the leading scorer or the best players on the programs that they're leaving, and then they're coming into a situation where there's other really good players, so just making that adjustment. When you're in your practice at your previous program and you got, 13 touches in the span of one scrimmage, and then you come to a San Diego State practice and you have maybe 3 or 4 touches, it's a little bit different of an adjustment to try to figure out where your shots are going to come from. So it's just making those adjustments and constantly reminding yourself of why you came here. And ultimately, for the guys that we recruited and the guys we want in our program, they come here to win and to help us continue to move this program forward. So I think that's the biggest adjustment, though.
Coach, Jadon Lady, he began his career at Ohio State. Do you think he's looking forward to this matchup facing the Buckeyes?
I saw a little bit more from him in practice than I've seen before, and that's saying a lot because he brings it every single day. But he was a little bit higher on some offensive rebounds than I normally see him getting. He threw down and talked a little trash in practice today, so I'd say he's a little bit excited for sure.
Chris Acker with us right now on John and Jim. And coaches, you know, San Diego State always starts with defense. We always talk about the defense. Where do you hope to take more offensive strides this year with this new group?
Well, I just think our ability to run better, more efficiently. I think that's been the biggest thing that we've addressed this summer is our ability to run harder, run faster, fill lanes better, and just be organized on our break and, recognize when opportunities present themselves, take advantage of those opportunities. I think also our ability to shoot the basketball. I mean, the guys we recruited, including the freshmen, we recruited them because they have the ability to put the basketball in the hole from the three-point line, and our transfers as well. So, we expect to shoot the ball a lot better this year across the board than we did last year.
Coach, you guys are one of the best defensive teams in the country last year. How do you get better on defense this year?
We just communicate better. I mean, you can always take a step forward in that area, our ability to communicate and be connected, our ability to be a little bit better on the defensive glass. But you're right. I mean, when you have guys that we have that are committed on that end of the floor, all you can ask is that their instincts take a whole nother step forward, because at the end of the day, they're used to playing with each other and used to playing off each other. So our chemistry is another area we'll try to improve on as far as our defense is concerned.
Coach, do you feel as if there's less pressure on Matt Bradley in year 2, or is there a difference for him between his first year in the program to his second year in the program?
Yeah, I think the biggest difference, like you just said, I think he's going to be more comfortable this year. Just what we talked about before in terms of the guys transferring in their first year. No matter where you came from, when you're transferring into a new program, there's an adjustment period that takes place. There's brand new information. There's a system. There's different things that you're getting hit with day one throughout the course of the season. There's expectations that the program has on you. There's expectations the coaches have on you. Your teammates have on you, the media has on you. So there's all these different variables that are going on throughout the course of the year. And like I tell Matt all the time, I credit him for sticking through it and impacting our program the way he did last year. I think this year you're going to see a more comfortable Matt Bradley because this is the second time he's heard the information that he's going to be hearing. And his approach will be a lot different coming into this year. I think he's more comfortable in his own skin, and I think the guys around him understand him and understand his game a lot more. And so I think that's when you maximize the guys you have on your roster when there's great symmetry.
Nathan Mensah is returning. I think everybody in the coaching staff had a very big smile on their face when they found out that Nathan was coming back. For you, Coach, what do you want to see Nathan improve on this year to become a better basketball player?
Just his patience in the post. From an offensive standpoint, I think his positioning, where he gets to on the block after he rolls to the rim, just establishing an offensive dominance and an offensive presence. And that doesn't just mean scoring. That means his ability to find teammates. That's really the jump offensively. Defensively, I mean, him being the Mountain West Player of the Year, the next jump is to understand how good he is defensively. And then, with his communication getting better and his voice becoming louder, being able to move everyone else and put them in position from a defensive standpoint. So, of course, he'll anchor our defense, but I'm really looking forward to watching Nathan take the next jump in his ability to put the ball in the basket and make plays for other people.
Coach, we're looking forward to the start of the season, including this Maui Invitational opener. It's November 21st, the week of Thanksgiving, 6 o'clock Pacific. San Diego State, Ohio State, the first of 3 games in 3 days at the 2022 Maui Gym Maui Invitational. Coach, have a great summer as you lead up to the fall, and we look forward to doing it again soon. So thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. I look forward to everybody tuning in to that tournament. It's going to be unbelievable. And go Aztecs.